Hi, beautiful people. Hi, sugar babies. Happy New Month. Welcome to another episode of Soft Spot Podcast. This episode is sensitive. It has a bit of church hurt and sexual harassment. So if you know you can get triggered by these two things, peace why. Make we no go.
This is Soft Spot Podcast with Vicky Eve. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Mwah!
Last year, I picked up my camera and I talked about my sexual abuse experience, and a lot of people could relate to this. It blew up more on TikTok than on Instagram because it felt like a lot of people could relate to that there on TikTok. And I had a lot of DMs, and it became very real to me that yes, this is really happening. Like I've always known, I read stories, I've heard on radios that people have been sexually abused, but the fact that these stories were coming direct to me, they were sending me DMs about these people, it actually happened to them, different stories, it became very real that, oh, this is really, really happening. While I was reading those messages, apart from the messages that I've read, I've heard, even on radio, different stories, there's one thing that is common. People are afraid to talk about their stories because people would not believe them. And most importantly, if the person that abused them or the people that abuse them are powerful, like maybe the person, these people are celebrities, pastors, politicians, nobody would believe them because they'll be like, nah lie. You won't bring the person reputation down. Now you be bad person. You be bad person. Nobody is actually going to believe them. And then I could relate to that because I have a personal experience of sexual harassment from a pastor. Yeah, you heard right, from a pastor. And I'm going to share this experience with you. And lastly, before I go into the story, if you have a story you want to share with us here on Soft Spot Podcast, we are welcoming your stories. Just send us a DM on Instagram or TikTok and we'll come here to share your stories. Always remember that you are strong, you're not weak, and you are not alone. Okay? So this was 2018. I was 1920 thereabout, and I was trying to do my IT industrial training for 6 months, and I went to Lagos to look for places, radio stations that I could do my IT, but I went to different radio stations and TV stations, and they all told me, we'll get back to you, we'll get back to you. To this very moment, they've not gotten back to me. We'll talk about that story later. And I got hired. So my mom is a hairdresser, and she talked to one of our customers, somehow enter talk, and she talked to one of our customers, and they said they were going to, you know, help me talk to somebody in a church media. And mind you, I have gone to that church media before, and they said no space was available. But fortunately for me, the woman spoke to them, and all of a sudden they had space for me to do my IT. I went there. They got to sign my logbook, and got me introduced to other IT students that were doing their IT there. And the reason why I say church media, I don't want to call the name of the church so that nobody will say I'm dragging the church. Do you get me? So I got there. I got to meet a friend. I would not call her full name. Her name starts from K, so we're going to use K for her. And she was friendly with me, and she was just like, making me get comfortable with the whole environment. Kay actually introduced me to the supervisor of the IT student. I went to his office, and then he was like, oh, welcome, and all of that. So one of the days, I don't know if it's 2 days after or a day after, but he sent for me in his office. He actually asked Kay to reach to bring me to his office because I really didn't know my way around. So he was asking me how my stay is, if I like if how am I coping with the environment. I said it was cool and it was nice. What else would I have said? So he asked me during this IT period, like what will I be doing, right? Like during my free time and all of that. I told him that I wanted to start up a business. That's the idea, starting up a business with the IT stuff. I was like, oh, that's a good thing that he asked me what kind of business I wanted to do. I said cosmetics. I wanted to, powders and foundations, eye pencil and all of that. He was like, oh, that's good. I was surprised because I felt like this was a pastor. He was going to kick against it. And he was very encouraging about it. And I was like, wow. And he said he was going to like invest, give me money to start up. He even asked me how much. And yeah, I told him 100,000 naira as a then. Right. So he said, oh, he was going to like give me the money. He also asked me, what do I do during the weekends? I said, no, I really don't do anything. I'm just like basically at home or helping my mom in a shop. It was like, oh, have I been to the cinema before? I said, no. He said he would like to take me to cinema. I was like, oh, thank you. And I had not been to cinema as of 2018. So and I love movies. So I was like, oh, yeah. So I was happy about that. So he said that I needed to do something for him first. I wasn't shocked because I've always seen life was transactional. Like nothing goes for nothing. You do something for me, I do something for you. Like we have to, once you do something, you are expecting me to do something for you. Once somebody does something, I'm expecting them to ask me something in return. So I wasn't surprised. But what I was expecting him to say, probably maybe I should come to his church or for some weeks, or maybe I should, do evangelism, something churchy or something holy. That's what I expected him to tell me to do. But I never dreamt of whatever he told me to do. So he brought up his phone and then he showed me his phone. On his phone screen, I saw pictures and videos of nudes of different ladies. And when I saw that, I was in shock, but it did not show on my face. And then he asked me if I understood what was there. I actually understood because I saw people naked pictures of different ladies videos. So I obviously knew what that was meant, but I wanted him to explain the whole thing. So I was like, no, I don't understand. He was like, okay, that I needed to send pictures of my nudes and videos of my nudes. Then he would send me money to start up a business. And I was like, oh, okay. And I told him that I did not have data. And then he was like, oh, no, he was going to, send me data. He now sent me a card of 400 naira. 400 naira. Oh, and this was 2018. And this time, there's not like full data bundle. Then it was just WhatsApp bundle, Facebook bundle that we're always doing that time. And then I saw the 400 naira card, and then I told him that there's no network, that when I get home, I would, run the stuff. And it was like, okay, no problem. I left the man's office and I knew that was the last time I was going to go there. I never went back there again. I came back home, and the next day, my mom was like, babe, oh, baby, what's up? Why are you not going to work, your IT level? I told my mom what happened, and she was like, I told my mom and I showed my mom his picture, his WhatsApp DP, and she was like, she sees this man like very well around. Like she has heard rumors about him that he follows small girls and all of that. Like, so this is what this man does. And she was like, that means I have to start looking for another place to, do my IT. I was like, yeah. And mind you, this man is a pastor. He heads to church. As per they anoint the man. Oh. He has a wife and family. His wife and children are not even, as at that time, they were not in the country. They were outside the country. And that was the shock about this whole thing, that this man is a pastor. Like, this thing a dream. My mom's customer came to the shop and she was very upset. And she introduced me to where I can do my IT, and then I stopped. That they even thought I was sick, and now I'm sitting down here and doing that. What happened? So I explained to the woman what happened, what the pastor did, showed her his picture, the text message and everything. And she was like, she has been hearing rumors about him, that she knows that he does this thing, but she has not catch him red-handed. So she was like, oh, there's a plan that I should go back to the place, then we should set a trap for him, right? Set a trap for him to catch him red-handed. We take him to court. And the woman's a lawyer. She was a lawyer. I don't know about now. She was a lawyer, and she likes all those kind of cases you get. And me, I did not want any dragging. I didn't want anybody to drag my name, because how would it be in the newspaper that a student dragged the pastor down? Do you get? A student dragged a pastor down. Like, I didn't want that kind of headline for me. And there was nothing. They would say, this girl a wicked girl. Now so he killed the career of this pastor. Now so he this one. I did not want any calling of names or dragging. I just told you, man, no, me, I cannot do it too. And that's how I just, left. I didn't know that whatever the man did to me was sexual harassment. I just kept on moving with life. But when I went for therapy, I got to understand that forgiveness is important. Letting go of people is important. But forgiveness is not by force. It's by choice. You cannot let go of somebody or forgive somebody if you have not processed the pain and the hurt. I know there's this saying in churches, or people will tell you that, oh, forgive and forget. Forgiveness is very hard. It's not easy as it seems. You forgive when you have processed the pain and hurt that was done to you, and you now decide to forgive the person, not because it's just right, but because it's good for your soul. It's good for you and your soul. You get the point, because forgiving the person is helping you breathe better, taking the risk of heart attack, chest pain. I'm saying this from experience. I couldn't breathe well, and I got a bit of asthma because of that. So I'm about to turn off the light because I have to go prepare for other episodes. Do like, share, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us on Spotify, stream. If you can watch us here on YouTube, stream on Spotify. All right. Until the next episode. Mwah! Love you too, baby.